Hello everyone, back again. So today we're looking at the Swedish Parliament. They are proposing a new deal to ban OnlyFans. Whew. So, the Social Democrats once pushed through the Swedish Sex Purchase Act. So basically, about 25 years ago, 1999, they banned prostitution. Well, not prostitution, but the purchase of prostitution. Basically, you're allowed to sell it, but you're not allowed to buy it. So this time they want to modernize it, and therefore they're going after sex purchases that are made remotely. Things like OnlyFans or webcam girls. So the socialist government wants to develop such a legislation based on this investigation. So this is coming from the Socialist Party. And the ones responding to them are the Moderate Party, which are supposed to be the right-wing party. So the answer to the following question. The Socialist candidate has asked the Minister of the Gender, Equality and Labour about the intention of the government and their views on sexual offences and fraud against elderly and crimes with gender as hate crime motives. So they're trying to angle this as a protection for minors and protection for the elderly. So they also want to introduce a section where you have to use your bank ID, which is basically your ID card but on your phone. Use that to log into the naughty websites in order to get access to it. That sounds like a really bad idea to me. But that's not what this one is about. This one is primarily aimed towards blocking OnlyFans and web girls. So they would like to shut down web pages like OnlyFans. For some reason this section has not been translated. So the 27th of March 2025 the government proposed a change in the sexual insult and con against elderly and crime against gender and hate-based motives. They are proposing that the changes make it a criminal offense to purchase sexual services, and they would like to extend this sexual crime to also include sexual events that are happening at a distance. In other words, without physical contact or over the internet for regular people. This would then criminalize a lot of sexual events that are made over the internet, like OnlyFans or webcam girls. And the proposal is specifically aimed to block those kinds of purchases. This one is wrongly translated. It's supposed to be action. So the perpetrator to participate in the action or for the action to be shown to the perpetrator. That someone buys a movie that is pre-recorded, pays to follow an account where naughty stuff content is continuously posted or otherwise takes part in the naughty business without affecting its content falls outside of this one. So it's only the stuff that you pay and request for it to happen, or that is specifically made for you. So if you have someone that you want someone to dance for you, and you pay them a little extra for that, that stuff is gonna get banned. So it does not refer to a general ban for places like the Hub. The government's intention with the bill is that the naughty purchases and procurement should be punishable both in real life and in the digital arena. The proposals in the bill are fully in line with the proposals made by the current investigation. And this is by this guy, who is over here as well. So he's from the M company, and the other girl is from the Socialist Party. So if we take a look at those two. So as you can see down here, it was the S party that requested it. They have a fairly decent chunk of the votes. And the M party were the ones that responded. And if you go up and look at the percentages, the Socialists, they have 30%, and the Moderates have almost 20%. So that is nearly a majority vote right there. Considering that the leftist party pretty much always votes with the Socialist Party it's pretty much a guarantee that it's gonna happen. The only question is when. The way the Swedish parliament is structured is that we have a majority, and if you can't reach that on your own, you need to deal with the other parties. So we have the Sweden Democrats, the moderates, the Christian Democrats, and the liberals working together, and together they have just a little bit above 50%, just enough to be in the ruling class. And on the other side we have the leftist party, the socialist, the environment party, and the centralists. The centralists, they tend to flop around all over the place. They usually promise to be on one side, go over to the other side. The liberals are usually on the left side, but I think this time they went to the right side. I'm not entirely certain. So yeah, it's more of a question of when it's gonna happen than if it's gonna happen, because they already have over 50%, which is pretty much all they really need to get it through. Now, if you thought this was the end, well, misery loves company, and Sweden loves to share. Let's have a look at this one.
Låt oss vara tydliga. Prostitution är betald våldtäkt och
Prostitution is paid rape. That is ridiculous. I can understand that they want to block things like you have an organization that is forcing women into doing prostitution. That shit should be illegal. It already is illegal. Yeah, I agree that shit should be banned, but having a willing woman doing prostitution or a willing man doing prostitution, it is not rape. It is not rape.
Våldtäkt måste kriminaliseras oavsett om det sker på gatan, i hemmet eller via nätet på vidriga sidor så som OnlyFans.
Shots fired. She's calling them out directly.
Hur kan man tro att fri vilja är inblandad? Hur kan vi acceptera att kvinnor och flickors kroppar behandlas som en köttbit? Hur kan vi låta den organiserade brottsligheten livnära sig på kvinnor och flickor?
Now, to be fair, most OnlyFans girls, at least to my knowledge, are doing it for themselves.
Flickors lidande. Ingen kan övertyga mig om att det är en slump att över 90% av dem i prostitution är kvinnor och flickor. Många har migrantbakgrund och en del tillhör hbtqi-communityn. Istället för att bekämpa sexism, rasism och hbtqi-fobi tycks vissa vilja förvisa kvinnor, invandrare.
So the thing here is that we have a lot of immigration in Sweden, and a lot of people are pushing back, because if you take Sweden, I think it was third biggest city, it's more than 50% immigrants at this point. So there's a lot of pushback towards getting rid of a lot of them, and apparently she's very annoyed at that section.
hbtqi-communityn till evigt förtryck. Kollegor, överlevarna för detta avskyvärda våld följer just nu denna debatt och omröstningen imorgon. Detta parlament har möjligheten att stå på rätt sida av historien, på överlevarnas sida, genom att rösta för betänkandet. Till min underbara vän Saga och alla andra överlevare vill jag säga att vi är många som gör allt som står i vår makt för att ni ska få upprättelse och att alla kvinnor och flickor får friheten och stödet vi borde ha rätt till.
That's the end of it. So if you think this is gonna stick only in Sweden, she's speaking for the EU at the moment. So it might spread, we never know. So if you're an OnlyFans girls and you have a lot of your purchases in Sweden, it's probably time to start milking them as soon as possible, because there's no telling when this stuff will go through. That's it for today. Have a good one.